Hello everybody and welcome to another ship review. So today I'm gonna take a look at a ship for the newer folks, or the people that prefer the smaller ship. I'll be taking a look at the Snow, which historically is based on the HMS Ontario, which was the largest ship to serve on the Three Lakes, the Great Lakes, at the time of its building. She was of course of 22 guns, just like she is in the game, and she had a length of 24 meters. The Ontario, she was built in 1780 on Carleton Island, which was a major base in the St. Lawrence River for the British during the Revolutionary War, and now that is part of New York though. She was operated by the Royal Navy for the Provisional Marine in the capacity of an armed transport, and she had a rather short life and was used to ferry troops, supplies and prisoners from one remote part of New York to another. She did never see battle, however. So the Ontario sank on October 31, 1780, 5 months after her launch, while underway from Fort Niagara to Oswego. Approximately 130 men perished with the loss of the ship, and the men were 60 British soldiers, 40 Canadian crew, and possibly up to 30 American prisoners. News of the sinking of the Ontario was however kept secret for a number of years to hide the military losses. And in May 2008, sophisticated side-scan sonar technology was used, and they found the wreck of HMS Ontario, well, what they believed to be the wreck of HMS Ontario, and they would later use a sub to confirm it. And she is in surprisingly well health due to the depth she was at, more than 150 meters, and the cold and lack of sunlight. Okay, then that was her history. So now onto the Snow in-game. So in-game she is a 22 gun 6 rate, and she has a battle rating of 50 and a crew count of 120. For her armament, he's armed with 2 4-pound cannons or 12-pound carronades as both bow chasers and stern chasers. So you can have 2 4-pound cannons as bow chasers or 2 4-pound cannons as stern chasers, etc. And for broadside guns, on her gun deck she can carry 16 6-pound cannons or 16 18-pound carronade, and on the weather deck she can carry either 6 6-pound cannons or 12-pound carronades. So this puts her cannon broadside weight at 66 pounds, which is more than the Mercury at 60 pounds, or the Rattlesnake, which has a broadside weight of 54 pounds. For carronades, however, it's a bit different. The Snow tops up at 180 pounds broadside weight, while the Mercury has the highest with her 24-pound carronades at 240 pounds, and the Rattlesnake has the lowest at 162 pounds. So if you're using carronades, the Snow is the most heavily armed brig-sized ship. I mean, if you're using cannons. If you're using carronades, however, she's quite, relatively speaking, lightly armed. Now for armor and structure. In terms of structure, the Snow is kind of disappointing. The Snow has a bow structure of 475, side structure of 1900, and a stern structure of 190. But, well, the Mercury, meanwhile, has a bow structure of 625, side structure of 2500, and a stern structure of 250. While even the lightly armored Rattlesnake has a bow structure of 600, side structure of 2400, and stern structure of 240. So the Snow, she has the lowest structure, unless I'm missing something, of the 3 ships discussed so far, and I believe she has the lowest structure of any square-rigged ship. In the armor department, her bow armor is 23 centimeters, her side armor 39 centimeters, and stern armor is 16 centimeters. This is again less than the Mercury at 27 centimeters bow, 45 centimeters side, and 18 centimeters on the stern. And the Mercury is even less than the Rattlesnake again, which has 26 centimeters on the bow, 43 centimeters on the side, and 17 centimeters on the stern. So if you are sailing a Snow, you should not expect to tank anything at all. Now, in terms of sailing qualities, the Snow is not a fast ship. She is rather slow with a max speed of 12.15 knots, which is slower than the Mercury, which can do 12.49 knots, and the Rattlesnake, which can do 13.66 knots. It's even slower than the Essex, which does 12.20 knots. In terms of turning rate, she isn't too impressive either. The Snow has a turn rate of 5.52. The Mercury, meanwhile, has a turn rate of 5.40, and the Rattlesnake has a turn rate of 5.20. So it's quite a large difference, but she is a slow ship. So is the speed penalty worth it for the extra turning? I would say not personally, but of course that's up to you to decide. Well then, we've gone through the stats of the ship now. The conclusion, what do I think of the ship overall? Well, I think she is a bad ship, or not a good one, she's okay. She used to be excellent, even overpowered. Now, however, she isn't as much. She is, however, she is still decently popular due to her amount of cannons, and she has a crew of 120, which makes it perfect for newcomers which come in at the third rank, because she is cheap. Elite players or high level players don't want her because they'd rather have the rattlesnake, which is faster and is better in the tagging area. She has a good armament with cannons, having 11 cannons per broadside weight, which is more than any other light ship armed with cannons, so big sized ship. Well, except I totally forgot about the Niagara, which of course has 9-pounders. With the exception of the Niagara, she has the best broadside weight with cannons. And with carronades, it's not as good, but it's still decent. But she's cheap. That's probably one of the most important things about her. And she is quite good at turning. However, she will always be overshadowed by ships like the Rattlesnake and Mercury and Niagara and any other ship that's faster and has better armament. So anyways, this has been the ship review of the Snow. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!